you look your dad in the eyes and go, look, of course you're going to be at my wedding, Pops. But that new floozy of yours, not so much. Okay, that's what she's wondering. How is she going to tell her dad this? Kristen's got the email.
Floozy.
Floozy.
You don't hear floozy enough these days.
You don't.
We need to get it back in the repertoire. Good morning, Bert Show. I listen to your podcast every day and figured you may be able to help me with this situation I'm having. Please keep me anonymous if possible. I'm a 2024 bride getting married in September.
Woo!
My fiance and I are paying for the entire wedding ourselves, unless family wants to help out, but so far they have not. However, they seem to want to have a say, invite guests, etc. You know how it goes. Well, my father invited a woman I've never met before to my wedding without asking and informed me on Thanksgiving that she was coming. Mind you, my dad is not contributing at all towards the wedding and specifically told me he couldn't afford to early on. However, he said he is going to take dance lessons to dance with this woman. He's been on a weight loss journey, so he's feeling good about himself and thinks that my wedding day will be a way to show off his hard work. After he told me that he is bringing a +1, I immediately told him that my fiance and I are keeping the guest list condensed to those that we know and that we cannot afford additional guests. I wanted to set the boundary right away. Since then, I have had multiple disputes that turned into bigger arguments with him about it. He offered to give me $40 for her meal, quite literally throwing it towards me while we were having dinner like it wasn't a big deal. Now, this man wasn't going to pay for anything, so it offended me. He's willing to pay for some random woman to be at my wedding, but not willing to contribute for his daughter to afford the wedding. Moreover, he told me not to invite him if I can't accept him and a guest. Then told my brother he's not canceling on her that night and will miss my wedding to go out with her because it's rude to cancel on her.
It's rude to cancel on the new girlfriend, but not your daughter who's getting married?
Yes.
Is that what I'm picking up here?
Yes.
Correct.
And also, I mean, we're past... She doesn't have enough time. I mean, the wedding is in September. That's like right around the corner. How is she going to cope being canceled on so last minute? Personally, I'm not sure why he's entitled to a +1 when he's not in a relationship with her, not contributing financially or by any means for that matter to the wedding, except to my stress. Haha. And I don't know her and never met her. I explained to him that our marriage ceremony and reception will be intimate and we will feel vulnerable and don't want people we don't know there. I don't have a great relationship with my dad to begin with, and he told me if she doesn't come, he'll just sit there, depressed, and he accused me of not wanting to see him happy. He stated that I'm not seeing it from his perspective. I understand why he wants a +1. He wants a date and will be feeling good about himself. Am I the a-hole for not allowing him a +1 if I don't know her? He claims that he doesn't care if he has friends and family there because he doesn't like any of them. Any thoughts, opinions, guidance would be helpful as I'm really struggling. Thank you, conflicted bride.
Your dad sounds like a man-child. That's the first thing. Isn't there plenty of time, though, for them to be around each other before the wedding just to get a little acquainted? Because it would be weird, right?
I thought you were about to say there's plenty of time for them to break up, right? And I'm like, yeah, the wedding's not until September. I think you're completely spot on here. Your dad sounds completely emotionally immature because he's using his emotions to manipulate you. Like, well, if I don't get to bring my girlfriend, I'm going to be in such a bad mood on your wedding day, when he should be focused on his daughter that's literally getting married. So I really just don't think you have a winning situation here. If you then you're going to be feeling some type of way on your wedding day. But if you make sure that he doesn't bring the date, then he's going to be in a bad mood and that's going to make it worse. Honestly, if I was in your situation, I would just eat it and let him bring the +1 because, yeah, chances are they're going to break up before then anyway. And I'm going to have a worse time if I'm looking over and my dad's like pouting the whole wedding day rather than like me get my way and have him, try and make it about himself all day.
So we're literally 7 months away from this wedding.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, you should be able to meet her between now and then.
A couple of times, probably.
And
right?
I feel like there's a lot of history here, and I understand you wanting to stand your ground. It is your wedding. You are entitled to have who you want there or who you don't want to have there. I fully endorse that. If you invited your dad and he is dating somebody, I feel like if you invite a guest and they are dating somebody, they are entitled to bring said guest to your wedding. And you have plenty of time to meet her. Now, if you meet her and you're like, absolutely not, then by all means, be like, "Yo, pops, it's you or nothing." Like, and that's on you.
I feel for Dad's girlfriend in this situation because I feel like she's not going to get a fair shake because of Dad. Like, because of the way he's presenting this situation. Even like the wanting to work on your dance moves and get yourself together for my wedding. Like, fam, this is not about you. This is her moment. And it feels like Dad is making it about him. It's a little icky. But I think she does know she has enough time to get to know her. I just don't think she wants to. I think that's the problem. But if it were me, I would probably be honest about how my dad was going about it, and then I would try to get to know her before the wedding, just so everybody can feel like they have a win. But if it didn't come conveniently, I wouldn't go out my way.
Yeah, I love the fact that he's working on his dance moves to dance with his date, not the father-daughter dance at the wedding.
I mean, yeah, I heard that loud and clear. Hey, Steve, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Thanks for being part of it. What's up?
Hey guys, hey, listen, I've done weddings for the last 30 years. I've done over 700 weddings. I'm a DJ on the side, a high school principal on the other, my real job. But I'm going to tell you something. I've got a daughter who's 25 years old. I have waited for a long time for that first dance and to see her smile on that day. And anybody, I have seen, you can't believe the things I've seen in the wedding business. It's unbelievable. But when there's contention and there's a father out there that doesn't support his daughter, it's time for her to just say, Dad, I'm sorry, but you're not welcome to my wedding. And I don't want to see that because evidently he's not been a supportive father in the first place.
Right. What's the most outrageous thing in the 700 weddings that you have covered? What's the most outrageous you've seen?
Okay, so I was doing a wedding in McDonough at the Hazelhurst house, and it was probably about 250 people there. The bride was drunk as she could be, and we were doing the bouquet toss. So I went up, and I had, of course, was holding her hand, was counting down, and she had a dress didn't have the straps on her shoulders, and so I counted to 3 for her to throw the bouquet, and one of her boobs fell out as soon as she and she had no idea that it came out, and I looked down and I said, put her dress up.
That's quick thinking right there, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Nothing like flashing 250 wedding guests.
Right.
Hey, I'm telling you, and then she sits down to do the garter, and she's just laid back with her legs spread wide open. I feel so sorry for this groom, and then she goes downstairs and passes out on the couch, and the reception's just halfway through. This girl is, I'm telling you, I always want to know what's happened with the past weddings I've done. I assume that she probably went, he probably went and had an annulment the next day. I would have had an annulment.
I appreciate you calling, Steve. Thank you.
The Bert Show.